For lifeguarding, for somebody who wouldn't know what a lifeguard is, I'd ask them if they've ever watched any movies, because how do you not know what a lifeguard is?
Knowing what I wanted to do is like when I was young as an athlete, like surfing was the thing that kind of took me away from whatever bad stuff was happening in my life. When I needed to get away, I would go surfing, and it's always like helped me have a stable mind, I guess you can say. I'm Andrew Jacobson. I'm a professional surfer and a lifeguard. Yeah, I grew up in Malibu, right here behind us. Been surfing since I was about 5 years old. Always wanted to be a professional surfer, just playing in the water here and everything. And now I surf for Vissla, Channel Island Surfboards, and Val Surf Shop.
I love lifeguarding. Yeah, it's something I want to do for the rest of my life, and hopefully I can become a permanent lifeguard one day and, work my way up. But it's something I have always seen myself doing since the time I was probably before even junior lifeguards, like looking up to especially like other female lifeguards at the beach when I'm younger, and then finally being in a position where I could learn how to do that, and then getting there and becoming a lifeguard. It's something I'm never going to let go of, and I'm just going to keep going until I work my way up to the top. Hi, I'm Holly. I'm 21 and I am an ocean lifeguard. My favorite thing about working as a lifeguard is probably like the family you just kind of grow into. Once you're a lifeguard, you have this whole family of lifeguards around you, and they become your best friends. Especially during the summer, it's like you can't get enough of these people. Like, you're working next to them every day, you see them after work, and it just becomes this whole family. And you kind of part ways in the off season, but then once summer rolls around, like preseason summer work, you all start getting back together, and it's just a really special place to I guess just work and hang out.
So being a lifeguard and surf instructor, believe it or not, I'm a big fan of the ocean. I kind of grew up going to the beach with my parents, so I would just say that it was just part of like everyday life, more or less. So I really just fell in love with the ocean. I probably before I could even remember, to be honest, because all I can ever remember is going to the beach and always having a good time. There's never been any bad times at the ocean, more or less. My name's Joe Rickabaugh. I'm a lifeguard and a surf instructor. So how I got into surf instructing and lifeguarding, I grew up going to the beach, but I actually got into surf instructing because my parents, when I was in 8th grade, forced me to go to surf camp. And I ended up, like, believe it or not, I didn't want to go, even though I love the ocean. I just wanted to hang out with friends. And I ended up going to that camp and fell in love with it. and went every summer after. And then when I was old enough, I got a job there and worked there for a long time. And then I wanted to better myself as an ocean person and better myself as a surf instructor, and became a lifeguard. And that only helped with surf instructing, and surf instructing only helped with my lifeguarding because it helped my ocean knowledge.
Well, my favorite thing about working as a professional surfer is that you get to travel around the world, see places that you usually never would be able to see, and go to beautiful places and surf the best waves in the world. Yeah. My real first contest, I remember it was so intimidating because there's all these kids from around the whole state at one place, and like people you don't know. And that's the cool thing too about surfing is that about surf contests is that you have other friends from around the whole country, honestly, because you go to nationals and do that, and you create great friendships and relationships. Basically like a tournament, so there's like, let's say 100 people in the contest, and it starts from a certain round, and you're in a heat with 4 people, and the top 2 of those people make the heat, and you get scored on your top two waves. So you get 20 minutes, 25 minutes, top 2 best waves, and whoever does the best in that 25 minutes makes it to the next round, and it keeps going. Yeah.
Being a female lifeguard is something that's really special, and over the years I've seen more and more like females just at the various beaches. It was something when I was little, is very like, oh my gosh, wow, there's a female lifeguard, wow, like can I go say hi? And now it's like I look to my right and left some days, and it's like there's 2 girls on both sides of me, and there's like maybe 6 of us in a row, and it's super special. And like obviously it's really, we have an even closer community with like all the females that work, and it's definitely really special, and we have a really unbreakable bond. So working as a lifeguard, I think a lot of people think of Baywatch and stuff like that, all of the kind of beautified stuff on like TV, and maybe like pool lifeguards, and the ocean is just a different game. It's like we're not just standing there to look pretty and go on workouts and stuff like that. Like obviously that's a huge part of it, is like staying fit and being in shape, because you have to go out there and make these gnarly rescues, but it's definitely more than that. And I think another aspect of lifeguarding people don't see is like the teamwork. Even if you're out there making a rescue by yourself, you have all of this backup. People are watching you, like someone's gonna be there to help you, if not like enter the water with you. So I feel like people see it as sometimes an individual thing, and like this beautified, good-looking person standing there coming to save me, but it's definitely more than that. And also being a woman, I think sometimes it's a challenge to get people to like take you seriously, because they see you as the Barbie lifeguard girl or something like that. So sometimes when you go out in the water, it's like, hey, excuse me, sir, I need you to take this. And sometimes it's hard to get the respect and stuff like that. But ultimately, if you have the knowledge and explain it, it's like you're going to get them in eventually.
Long hair, like, yeah, bro, kind of deal. I used to have long hair, but I shaved my head. But yeah, it's pretty funny when people think of surfers as like, I don't know, burnouts or something, if people think that. But it's gone like more serious with like when you become a professional, it's gone a little bit more serious. But yeah, there's smart people that surf too, I guess you can say, if people think that they're just like bums. I don't know. Yeah. There's more and more like black, white, Hispanic, all types of people are all starting to surf now. So it's like getting into more and more types of people are surfing. I think people think it's like Baywatch. I think Baywatch really put it on the map of a lot of, I don't know, girls running around the bikini. I mean, Baywatch is really good though. One of the lifeguards started that, but you have to. It's pretty professional. Like you have to have hair. Your hair has to be shorter. You have to shave. Not shave. Definitely have not lifeguarded in the past couple days, but it's a serious job. You have to have your CPR. There's crazy things that happen when you're lifeguarding here. There could be like someone that has, not just in the water too. There's people that have like panic attacks or like are using drugs, and you have to handle those situations really well. And it's crazy. You do save a lot of people, because there's a lot of people that come to the beach once a year, and you're there, and if you weren't there, then they wouldn't be safe at all. Yeah.
My favorite thing about surf instructing would probably be like sometimes you're literally making like one of the best experiences of their life, like one of their dreams come true. So that's pretty cool and pretty special. And for lifeguarding, one of my favorite things about lifeguarding is just the whole aspect of being a lifeguard, like knowing that you can, like, your job is to make sure that everybody goes home safe and like goes home to their family that day. So that's like really special to know that you have, like, not that you, but if you don't do your job correctly, like that can be somebody's life in your hands, that, you know. So that's pretty cool in a sense, and a little scary. Yeah.
Typically, I work like 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, with the potential of overtime, which is exciting. But it's definitely a lot. Like, by the end of even a day, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm exhausted. And then you realize, okay, I have to wake up tomorrow and work out, pack my food, go work another full day. And so it's definitely like the end of the week is super tiring, but it's also super rewarding when you're like hanging out with all your friends, talking about your days. It's just nice how everyone can relate about how like long their day is. I think working on the beach has taught me to be really grateful for the place that I grew up, and the resources that I had, and just the education I was given about the ocean from a very young age, because that's something like I'm very fortunate to have, and not everyone gets that at all. I'd also say I'm just grateful to be at a job that I can work outside. You know, most people work inside 9 to 5, and we're out here, and yeah, they're long, brutal days, but at the end of the day, I see dolphins jumping out of the water almost every day, and I get to go to a place where people are their happiest. Like, people go to the beach to enjoy it and have fun, and they're at their happiest, whereas other people go to their job and it's like, you know, maybe you're working insurance and someone comes in there and they're like, oh, this went wrong, I didn't get this approved, and you know, it's a place where people are happy, and I'm really lucky to work there.
Yes, you should learn how to surf. I give surf lessons, so come to me. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think people should surf for sure. It's when you surf and you come in, it kind of sets your day off. It's like a little bit of a meditation in a way. It sets your day off to be a lot more smooth and not as much stress, and I don't know, as cheesy as it sounds, the lifestyle and everything, it's like it's a good life. I think it's a really good thing that people should do more. Yeah. My whole world revolves around the ocean. So whatever jobs I have, it revolves around the water, because that's what I know how to do and what I grew up doing. But I feel very lucky. I'd rather be doing that than a 9 to 5 job, for sure.
My least favorite about surf instructing is when the waves are really good and I have to do lessons. That always sucks. And I guess I could say the same for lifeguarding. When the waves are really good and you're working, it always sucks, no matter what kind of job you have. So I guess lifeguarding, though, and surf instructing, you're literally sitting there working and watching the perfect waves, and you don't get to surf them. So it makes it a lot harder than if I like worked over in an office, which wouldn't be as fun or nearly as cool, but you don't see it and go, oh my gosh, like, so that's probably my least favorite, which isn't even that bad. So they're great jobs.